Well, we're still here in Culver City, California, and at the Pensado Awards, and it's Starchamber.TV's first field trip ever. And I'm thrilled to have with me the very lovely and talented Miss Leslie Ann Jones.
It's great, actually, to have, we don't have many opportunities for awards. I mean, we have the Tech Awards, of course, and the Grammys, and now what Dave and Herb had put together, the Pensado Awards, which really kind of award very sort of unique parts of the industry.
They seem to be painting pretty much a broader stroke than the Grammys, in that they have, in the same heading, they have games and live sound and a bunch of other things.
Yeah, well, you know, the Grammys are specifically recorded music that's been distributed nationally, and so they can't really honor live sound or anything like that. But the Pensado Awards can really take much more liberties with that and really encompass a lot more areas.
But I was going to say, like NARIS, I think, you know, with the music cares and the music camp and all those things, they're really into teaching the next generation.
Yeah. That's I think the thing that's impressed me the most about what Dave and Herb are doing, and kind of how we got aligned, the three of us together. You know, I met Dave a couple of years ago just serving on a panel with him. I had no idea who he was, other than his, of course, track record of amazing mixes. And he is just such a humble guy who's so interested in just knowing everything about everyone. And education is so important to he and Herb, and we're very aligned with that, you know, in terms of the work that I do around education, teaching young girls recording and serving on advisory boards of different recording schools. So it's great to support them in that.
It is great. I feel like Herb and Dave are brothers from a different mother, sort of, kind of. For me too. I mean, I really, really appreciate what those guys have done, and they've been very generous. You too have been very generous.
Well, imagine when you and I were starting out, if we had had something like Pensados Place to click on online and watch him working on a vocal and all the plugins and how he uses them and why he uses them. You know, we of course grew up in a different era where we would sit with one person or a couple of people on different projects and learn that over a period of time, and goodness knows there was much less equipment then. But what Dave is doing with that show is really fantastic.
And speaking of being in the business way too long, that would be me, but the very lovely and talented Miss Jones here is up for an Icon Award tonight here at the show, and we're going to have our fingers crossed. You don't need any luck, though.
No, well, we'll see. Yeah, you know, given who my competition is, you know.
A bunch of has-beens.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for stopping by.
Oh, that's great. Thanks, Peter.